Hey everyone, 5280 Reefer here. I know it's been a while since I've done an update, but here we go. So I ended up moving to Oklahoma, for work. And once I got down here, I had to find a place, get settled down, find some LFSs, and get the process going again. That took about a year and a half and 2 years. But I ended up picking up this tank. It is Planet Aquarium 225 gallon tank. It has a Tideline 48 sump, which is supposed to hold, I guess, 48-ish gallons of water at maximum height. But from what I've been able to deduce is after the rock and sand and everything in the sump, I'm right around 215 gallons of actual water volume. So yeah, this tank's been set up for about a year and a half now, and it's been a grueling year and a half. I have fought dinoflagellates twice. I had the Kulia, and then I had the Ostreopsis, and then I had small cell Amphidinium, which I still have little lingering remnants of the Amphidinium, but it's not bothering me or the corals. I know with time it'll go away. So yeah, for lighting on this tank, I've got 3 of the XR30 G5 blues. I have them maxed out at 100% point intensity. I have all the blue channels working. Basically, all the channels at 100% besides green and red. Red is at 0 and green is at 20%. Then I also have the T5 hybrid fixture from Aquatic Life, and that has 2 Coral Plus and 2 True Actinics in it, and those work for 4 hours a day for peak lighting, from like 12 o'clock till 4. So it's the beautiful window to see everything where it's not so blue. It's really crisp blue, a lot more white. So for flow, I have 2 MP60s and 2 MP40s, and basically I have the 2 MP60s working in countersink, and then same with the MP40s. So I have a moving chaotic zone across the whole tank at all times. And I've got the MP60s at 75%, and then the MP40s are at 90%. All of the MPs are running the reef crest mode, and then for nighttime I have them ramp from the 75 and 90 down to 50 and 60. So that about does it for flow. In the sump, I have 2 of the Reef Octopus Reef Arios 6. I have 1 for each side of the returns basically, and on one of them I have an extra manifold outlet to run a reactor for carbon or whatever I need through the reactor. In the sump, I was running a 2 cleared drop-in 7s, but they were clogging up too quickly, so I went back to filter socks. And I'm not gonna complain so far. I mean, the laundry does what it's supposed to do, I guess. The wife doesn't know about it, and hopefully she won't find out. Alright, so they're 7-inch filter socks. They're pretty big. They last me about a week before I have to change them because they get clogged up. Then in the next section, I have a big Reef Octopus Elite 200. And also in that same section, I have 2 300 watt titanium heaters. Then the following section, which would normally be the refugium section, I have 6 liters of the C-Chem Matrix media, and then 2 big rocks, just live rock that I threw down there. It was dry, but in case I feel like starting up another tank, I'll have something I can throw in there. And I also throw frag plugs in there. Next section is just the return section. I have my ATO, which is the Apex ATK. I've been having great results with it. I can't really complain too much. It does great. Hasn't really had any failure points. And I do like the added safety on it too, that if it works too long, it just shuts the whole auto top of system off. And then you can see that in your little dashboard, and you can be like, oh, well, it was on too long. What's going on? Is it clogged? Am I out of water? So on and so forth. So pretty much with the battles I had with dinoflagellates, technically the corals have been in this tank for about 9 months. Because those battles with the dinoflagellates, I went to extremes. I did like 2 weeks of no light, raising the temperature of the aquarium up to 83 degrees, and holding it there. Had a couple fish die, and it was a crapshoot. So for fish stock in the tank, I have a lawnmower blenny, a Midas blenny, a large terminal male blonde naso, a purple tang, scopus tang, a Koi's parrot wrasse, male bird wrasse, female bird wrasse, leopard wrasse, yellow chorus wrasse, and a 6-line wrasse as a final. And I do have some Aiptasia in the tank. So my LFS is QTing a copper band right now. So hopefully that goes good and I get it to eat. So I don't do any water changes on this tank because of the dinoflagellates. Also, I'm lazy. I just don't want to do them. So for dosing, I am dosing super saturated calc. I've been on the ACI aquaculture pH craze, and it's working wonderfully. My pH during the night is 8.2, 8.25 at the low, and during the day I go to like 8.4, 8.45, and it's been very, very stable, and I achieved that by dosing 5,200 milliliters of alkalinity over the night. Calc is what I meant. So it's been working wonders. It's cheap, it takes care of my calcium, my alkalinity, and for my trace elements, I've been using the Fauna Marin multi-elements. It was specifically designed for use with either calcium reactors or dosing calc. So it doesn't have any alkalinity buffers in it or calcium. And that's been maintaining my traces really well. I do bi-monthly ICP tests just to see where my traces are sitting, and I've been keeping my nitrates between 20 and 30 ppm and my phosphates between 0.1 and 0.3, and the way I've been keeping those there is by doing carbon dosing. So I dose about 11 milliliters of some DIY carbon every night. I don't dose it during the day so I don't feed the dinos. I dose the carbon usually an hour after lights turn off, and I do it by hand. Just keeps me more in tune with my tank. Light cycle runs 12 hours, 1 hour ramp, 1 hour ramp down, and then 10 hours of basically decent peak, and then 4 hours of added T5 peak. So yeah, I've been keeping my alk at 9.5 to 10.5. It swings a little bit since I am dosing calc, but I've seen no ill effects at all. So I think Chris Meckley is on to something, and I don't think I'm going to be running my tank any other way. I do have a Reef Octopus 9-inch or whatever big old calcium reactor, but I've had absolutely no need to start it up yet, and I don't think I will for a while. My evap rate for daily is right around 7,000 milliliters, and I'm only at like 5,200, so I've got a good amount of buffer left. I've been keeping my CalMag between 420 and 440. I do have to dose that once in a while, just to bring it back up, because I'll see it slowly drift down. Magnesium I've been keeping at like 1300 to 1350. So I dose that once every 2-3 months. It goes down very, very slow. Next up is par numbers. So in this tank, when I'm looking at it, the highest point when all the lights are on, so T5s and LEDs, my PC Rainbow gets around 750 par, and then the middle of my tank is between 400 and 500 par, and then the sand bed is like 250 to 300, so it is very high par in the whole tank, and very high flow and high nutrients. But it's been a recipe for some very colorful coral and some extremely quick growth. I get really good polyp extension, and I mean during the day, during the night, it doesn't matter. They're just out and happy. As you guys can see, it is a SPS dominant tank, and that's kind of the plan going forward. I am going to be getting some more Ghanies, maybe a Welso, maybe some Lobos, but nothing more than that. But definitely more SPS. I still haven't gotten any of the crazy super high-end stuff, but slowly getting there as I'm seeing the dinos go away. It's making me feel a little bit more confident about buying those expensive ones. So the plans for this tank is just let it coast, let it cruise. You know, I'm going to be fragging to keep things clean and try to prevent growing SPS into each other as much as I can, so I don't get random die-off. And I'm still really learning how to do underwater videography. It is a little hard. I do stick my camera lens into the water with that porthole thing. And I tried to keep the flow going in the tank because I like the view of the moving polyps of the corals. So yeah, I'm still learning. Bear with me, guys. I'll try to get better and maybe adjust the camera better to get even better picture. But the color is pretty on point to what I'm seeing with my eyes. So I think that was something nice that I was able to figure out. But I think it can definitely get better. Maybe some different lenses or something like that to get different angles of the corals. So yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around. I know I've been gone for a long time, but I'm gonna try to upload at least once a month. I'm sure I can do that. Otherwise, I might try every 2 weeks. As you guys know, this is a reef aquarium. It doesn't grow that fast, and there's not so much real estate in the aquarium where I can just continuously keep buying corals. Unless I'm killing corals, but that's not the plan. Plan is to grow corals, not kill them. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment or two. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.